Hi, my name's Helen and this is my channel, Helen Mary Jo. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're returning, thank you. And if you're a Hellsbell, hello. So today, I honestly don't know why I'm doing this. And yeah, so I'm doing shapewear today, and that means that I have to show you my shape. Before I get into that, I just wanted to say thank you as ever for your support, your lovely comments, your advice. I've been given quite a lot of advice, and yeah, all good. Thank you very much. I spent the day down on the beach yesterday and with the grandchildren, and I was wrapped up so warm. And then the sun came out and it was absolutely lovely. So that was a really joyful day. And, you know, we're all still kind of coming down after the wedding. It's amazing, isn't it? It's such a big build up to those things. And then you have to kind of go, oh, that's done and dusted now. Just waiting for the next one to get organised. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you? Probably not. Everything's just kind of ticking along. I've been still incredibly tired from our journey back from Cyprus. You know, those of you that follow me will know that we had our flight cancelled while we were sitting on the runway and had to spend another night in Cyprus, which in a normal situation would have been lovely, but when you've got loads of things to come back for, it was very stressful. Anyway, never mind, that's all history now. And yeah, so I have got shapewear to show you. I have got some tights from Heist. And those of you, again, who followed me for a while will know, and it's without any word of a lie because I was using Heist Tights long before I was on YouTube. And they, for me, are the most comfortable tights that I have ever worn. They are so soft, they're so stretchy, they keep you warm when it's cold, and they keep you cooler when it's warm. They are really revolutionary tights, and the whole design of them, they're kind of knitted in the round, so the whole kind of body part is seamlessly woven onto the legs. So I've got some tights to show you, and I've got some shapewear to show you. They have kind of branched into shapewear. Now, shapewear is a bit of a contentious subject. It certainly has its place. I'm not one of these girls that's a bit generous. I'm one of these women who will wear shapewear when the need arises, but I certainly don't wear it every day. And I remember being on holiday once in Spain with a couple of girlfriends, and one of them is really slim, petite woman, and she said, oh, I've got this kind of, she'd got a bit sunburnt actually, and she had this kind of white bit, and she said, have you got anything that will cover up that white bit? And I went into her room and I said, well, drop your dress down so that I don't get it on your dress. And she had shapewear on. It was boiling hot. And she had shape. I was like, my God, why are you wearing that? And she stole it, holds my stomach in. I was like, oh my goodness gracious me. She was the slimmest of all of us there. And it was about 80 degrees and she was putting shapewear on. I mean, you know, if that's what you want to do, crack on. But you certainly wouldn't find me wearing shapewear in that situation. No, no, no. So I've got a couple of dresses that are very revealing. And in actual fact, one of them I bought in the sale, and I've never actually tried it on with shapewear. And I just kind of thought, oh, by the time I wear that, I'll have figured out a way of supporting my belly. But we'll see. So I've got two dresses, as I say. One is an ivory knitted dress from M&S, and one is quite a slinky evening number from Sosander. And what I'm going to do, this is hard work, this video, just so you know, not that you know, no one asked me. Well, they did ask me to. Because obviously I've got to kind of, you know, get this stuff on and off, which isn't easy. And I hope my thumbs are up to the job because sometimes it's quite the battle. So I will stop yakking on, and I will, what will I do first? I don't know. I'll go in and see how fit I'm feeling for the battle. I mean, you know, it's worth it, is what I'll say. If I get the desired effect, it's worth it. So what I'll do, I think, I will put on the black dress first without shapewear. I don't know why I'm divulging all this to you, really. But if I don't, you won't know, will you? So I could just put it on and say, oh, this is what it's doing. But like, that's not a fair kind of comparison, is it? So I'll put it on with just my normal knickers on, and then I will put it on with one of the shapewear items. I think I've got 3 in total to show you, including some contour tights, which on a, I mean, I would happily wear those any day of the week because they just kind of give you a little bit of cinching in, but they're not kind of too much. Let's just leave it at that. So I'll get started. So this is the dress from Sosander, and I have to say it looks quite, well, it is sheer fabric, but you know, because I've got the bright light on me, it does look more sheer than it does kind of in real life. And I got this in the 2 sale when it was reduced really right down. And every year I have a little Christmas drinks party, and I nearly bought it for that last year, and then I didn't. And then it was reduced down to something like £20. It was really very cheap, but they have actually got it in stock right now. And so I will link it below if anyone's interested. And it is a very, you know, it's a sheer dress with these little kind of silver spots in between the diamonds. And then it's got the slip underneath and then the mesh overlay. Now, I'm going to do something that I don't really ever do, and that is I'm going to let it all hang out, because that's the only really fair kind of judgment, isn't it? Really, comparison, that's what I'm trying to say. So I will go back into my usual corner and show you the dress in full length, and I will show you it holding my stomach in as best I can, and then I'll show you it not holding my stomach in, and then I will go and put on some shapewear and you can see the comparison, and I can see the comparison. I mean, I actually haven't done this, so let's so that's the dress. I mean, it's I love it. I think it's a very sophisticated dress. Now, the only way that I could do this is to stand sideways. So that's me holding my tummy in as best I can. That's me not holding my tummy in at all. I'm not pushing it out. I'm just not holding it in. So that's my tummy in all its glory, which, you know, it's not ideal, is it? Let's face it, that is not the look I'm going for. So I will go now. I've got some pull on, like, you know, shorts. I think I'll try those first with this. I'll go and get them, I'll show you those, and then I will put them on. So these are the shorts in all their glory. I mean, all sophisticated and lovely on top, and then you've got these bloomers on underneath, but hey, who cares? No one's ever going to see them. And I got these in the extra large because I didn't want them to be, you know, just too tight, because that's just so uncomfortable. So I'll go and pop these on and we can see how they think. I mean, they've actually got like the opening on the gusset, but I think I'd probably just pull them down. I don't know. I suppose it depends how hard they are to get on up and down, and if you're wearing a jumpsuit or something. I mean, we do get into a little bit of a situation, don't we, with these? But I will go and pop these on and I will give you an honest review of what they do for me. I have got a couple of options, so let's see if these work, and if they do, I will give those a big tick. And I think I've got some contour tights, so I might well put those on as, not as well as this. I mean, there's a limit to everything, but I might try those on their own as well and see what's preferable. they've done the job, I think. I'll show you. So they come to here on me. I mean, I probably could pull them up higher to my bra, but I don't need to. And I haven't got a lot of fat here, thankfully. And when I sit down, that's not a problem. They were easy to get on. I'll show. I don't know. I hope no one knocks on the door. So they've got the, you know, the rubber kind of sticky stuff here that holds you in, and you can see there. And I will do the same as before. I will hold my tummy in, and then I'll hold my tummy out, and then we'll do the okie dokie and we'll turn around. So this is holding it in, and that's holding it out. You know, letting it go. And the beauty of it is it just creates a smoother line. So yes, I haven't miraculously got the flat stomach of an 18-year-old, but that is never going to happen without surgery. But what it has done is made me feel smooth and supported, and I think that is enough. You know, I'm 68. I'm not going to suddenly have, you know, the figure of Jane Fonda. I mean, I'm just not. But I think that that looks perfectly fine, actually. And I would happily wear that. So it's nice and smooth all together. So happy days. I'll give that 10 out of 10 actually, and they're not a bit uncomfortable. They feel really stretchy, and you know, well, they just feel fine. So I will see now. I'll see what I've got in the way of contour tights, and I'll pop those on as an option to the shapewear. As I say, I wouldn't wear them both. That took a bit of doing because I've still got a broken toe, and I started to try and put the right leg on first and then the left leg. Disaster, darling. So anyway, they're so comfortable. These are the 80 Denier shaping tights, and I think these have given me a good outline too. I'll let you see what you think. So let's hold in my tummy in, which I would try and do obviously on an evening out, and that's letting it all hang out. Not too bad, is it? I mean, so if I do relax, you know, because it's all very well, I just stand in saying hello to people, you like holding it all in, but then when you start having a dance, you very rarely do, but you know what, who gives a doodah. So yeah, these are, God, do you know what, I never thought I'd be doing this on camera, ever. So this is I've got cream pants on because I'm trying on a cream dress shortly, but this technology is just fabulous, and you know, they are so super comfortable, so stretchy, and I've got these on in the, hang on, I'll tell you. I've got them in the 16, 18, and they're 80 denier, so they are a very, you know, solid tight, but I would happily wear these. When I was at work, I wore these all the time with skirts and dresses. I like that solid black look. I mean, probably not for a party, because I would probably, to be truthful, have bare legs, because this dress is very covered up, and you know, you don't necessarily want to be encased from top to toe. But I think you can see what a difference that has made to my silhouette. I'm very impressed indeed. So that's those options. Now I'm going to go and put on the cream dress, which I think would be quite tricky to wear without some kind of support, you know, if you've got a fat belly. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So I'll go and put that dress on without the garments, and then I will try it on with a couple of options. So this dress is from Marks and Spencer, and I actually bought it with this shapewear show in mind, because I've got an apron belly. Not from, I can't put it down to cesareans or anything like that. I just basically put on too much weight. And I almost remember the tipping point, because I always had a flat stomach as a young woman. I always had a flat stomach. And then I put on probably about 4 stone, and it kind of, it flipped it into an apron belly. And it's probably what I hate most about my body, actually. No, I mean, I don't hate my body. I'm very grateful to my body. I'm very, very lucky. I don't really have any ill health or major, you know, health issues, but I do hate my apron belly. And so at the very least with a dress like this, I would wear tights or some kind of shapewear. And I'll show you why. I mean, you know, you can see, I often see it, like you can see here, I mean, God almighty, I do not know why I'm sharing this with you. This is like revealing my soul. But, you know I'm not alone. So you can see it's kind of there, and it's there. And that's me holding it in, and that's me letting it out. And, you know, obviously I've lost weight, so it's not as bad as it used to be. But equally, when you've worked hard to lose weight, it's kind of frustrating that you still have these problems that linger on. So this is the dress without anything, and now I'll just go and grab it and show you it kind of not on me, so that you can see what I am going to be putting on. This is what I am going to be putting on, which is an all-in-one, and it's, you know, with the legs, and it's with the contraption under here for peeing, which obviously you would need in this situation, because you don't want to take the whole lot off. Now, this one is not a wear your, well, you do wear your own bra, but you know, it's not one where your bra is above it. But I think you could turn that around and have your bra that side, you know, depending on your dress. If you've got a low back dress, obviously you want it that way. I don't know, I haven't tried this on. So I'm not going to be putting shoes on because my toe is actually really hurting today. I haven't helped it by wearing high heels, that's for sure. And this has got, you know, strap adjusters here. I have to say, they're all very, very nicely made. I will link everything down below, and I have got a discount code which I will put on the screen. And, you know, this is the sort of thing you only have to buy it once, to be honest. And those tights last for years. I've still got my first pair of tights, Heist Tights that I ever bought, which must be 13 years ago now. So I will stop the camera, go and try this on, and come back and we'll see how that looks. So I've got this in the extra large, and because of that, you know, it is just smoothing me. It's not like constricting me. If you really wanted that constriction, then obviously you would go down a size. I think this is the biggest size they do, and you know, I am probably a 16, 18, and so maybe the other size would have a more dramatic effect, but equally, you know, that has a price to pay as well. So it is kind of holding my boobies, you know, making them quite, but all very smooth. It all feels very smooth, and I'll show you now. So that's me letting it all hang out. You know, obviously I'm not like in there because that's not physically possible, but it's a much preferable look, isn't it? It just smooths everything out. I think you can see that it has the desired effect, which is all I want. I don't want to be, you know, like wrapped up like a mummy. I just want to feel that it's not all kind of wild and reckless and abandoned. I just want to feel supported. So I think I've got some tights as well, other tights. So I'll just see what I've got, and then I will show you the other products. Do you remember this dress? I got it in the John Lewis sale. It's Gina Bacconi, and everyone just said you've got to keep it, so I kept it. Haven't worn it yet. Don't know when I'll get to wear it, but it is a very flattering dress, and if we go on a cruise or something, I'm sure it'll be handy because it, you know, it's very stretchy and doesn't crease or anything else, and it's got this very flattering ruching. So what I put this on with is a pair of their high-waisted control knickers. You know, they haven't got legs, they're just knickers. And then I've got them on with the most beautiful pair of 8 Denier sheer tights in shade 20, which is about my shade, I think. I mean, my legs are a little bit tanned at the moment, but under normal circumstances, but they are so sheer. And these are holding me in as well. So, you know, the whole thing is a very smooth silhouette, as you can see. So I'll show you. I put shoes on because actually this dress is a maxi. So you can see it's, you know, it's fine. I mean, you can't see that I'm kind of being held in, but I feel very, very comfortable and kind of feel my best, really. You know, I feel like I could happily walk into a dance or a situation in a dress like this and feel really, really confident and happy with the way I look. And it's all smooth and everything is under control. And with the, you know, with this slit, you've got the sheer leg, which I like. So I'm just going to see what else I've got, because I think there might be some other tights. So I'll just show you those, and I think I'll show you those off me so that you can get what I'm talking about. So another pair of tights I've got here are the 60, and I think when I was working, these were my go-to, and they do these in a high waist or a mid waist, and I always buy the high waist because I've got a long body, as you know, and I want them to, you know, do what they need to do. So this is, you can see that goes to there, and it's very hard to show you, but do you see how they kind of are knitted in the round? So they don't have a particular kind of gusset area, but they are incredibly comfortable. They never used to put labels in. I'm glad they did. I mean, they don't look very big, do they? The stretch in them is incredible. Let me show you if I can. It's quite hard to demonstrate, but you know, so they start off like that, and then when they're stretched, they're like that. So these are my all-time favorite tights, and I can't recommend them highly enough. If you've got any questions about them, just ask. They're a lovely company. As I say, I've worked with them for years now, and I've worn them for even longer, and that's kind of the testimony, isn't it, really? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know a few people were waiting for it. As we approach the Christmas season, I think we all start thinking about, you know, what we need. These, as I say, these come up to here, but I could pull them up and tuck them under my bra. Let me see if I'm brave enough. I'll do this. So they're up to there. And my tights are there. That's a good look, isn't it? But, you know, no one normally sees the mechanics, do they? Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.